I got y'all. I'm experimenting right now. But I owe y'all a story, don't I? Yeah, I do. I usually, when I get on when I'm on my A game, my stories will come on Thursdays. Pause. But on some throwback Thursday type of flex. But since today is what, Friday? It's Flashback Friday, same difference, right? So what up, y'all? Welcome to the nation. I'm your host, tour guide, the president and the king around here, the landlord, owner, tenant, janitor, master damn floor. What you? If you don't follow the rules. Rules are you gotta like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. Try to be a taxpaying citizen of the nation. Leave us a super thanks, a super chat, or a cash app. We actually prefer the cash app, but y'all do y'all. I'm saying niggas don't be listening. It's all good. Cash app tag gonna be in the description though, along with the Bandcamp link and the merch link. The merch link is Monster Nation. What is it? This is monstanation.com. Y'all will have to forgive the little background noise. I'm not able to control all of that. But I think y'all might appreciate this story right here. So y'all see the title. I will like to hear it go. It went down like this. So one time, Helter Skelter, that's me and Sean Price, we was in Switzerland. We was on a little tour. We had a few shows, right? But at one of the shows, we did the show. Salute to Jess Bracken for your for your donation for your taxes. Yes, I actually tried to smoke that whole album. You understand? I knew it was going to be I knew it was going to be duos all over the whole album, and I didn't hear Sean P's verse yet. When I was at the time that I was writing and laying my verse, so I had to go crazy because you can't be the corny nigga. You just can't be that. Anyway, so me and P, we in Switzerland on a tour, and shows, all of the shows, they were pretty standard, pretty uniform, pretty good shows. Nothing really stands out to me about the shows. But one of the shows, I think it was in Basel, Switzerland, I believe. There was an after party. And after the show, we go to the after party. I mean, everything was good. The vibes was vibing. We like, we don't mind. Let's go. Instead of going, how about we don't go right back to the hotel and crash, How about we have a little fun, right? See what it is. So we go to the spot, to the after party spot. This is not working for y'all. Hold on a second. I don't know if it's working for me. Let me see. Stick with me though, yo. Right? So we go to the after spot, and this shit is lit, right? We get this all over the place. It's an upstairs. Well, not an upstairs, but there's like the DJ is on an elevated platform. The VIP is almost it's the VIP, and then the DJ booth is up top from the VIP, right? Now we in there having a good time. When I recognize this baddie in the spot, right? She was the baddest chick in the entire club. Hands down, right? I hold on a second. Oh yeah. Here we go. I'm tripping. Monster Nation. Alright, so sorry. So run into this chick. I mean, I see this chick, she's the baddest chick in the club, basically. I'm like, yo, but she was drunk and she was cruising for a bruising the whole night. And I seen it. Like I peeped it a mile away. And For whatever reason, well, not for whatever reason, for good reasons, I got good sense. I'm like, she bad, but I'm staying far away from her. Kept a safe distance between myself and this woman for the entire night, for the majority of the night. We in there having a good time. Sean P is up on the elevated platform with the DJ. I'm in the VIP area chilling with all of the party people, and niggas is taking a lot of the people at the. Of course, it's the after party. Most of those people there were at the former, the spot where we performed, but not everybody was, including this chick. But anyway, it was some dudes there. They were French. And they was taking, among a whole bunch of other people, they taking pictures. They want pictures. They like a rap. Rockness, un photo. I'm with the shit. I'm out there with the peoples. I'm posing for all the pics and all that. I'm doing all the, you know what I'm saying? I'm being a man of the people. But at some point, there's a group of French dudes. They asked me to take a photo, and as we pose, we all get in a position for the photo, and this beautiful young lady found her way over into our circumference. And I'm like, okay, we took one picture, we went to take another picture. She's not in the pictures, right? But we get ready to take a picture, and she jumps in front of the camera. She don't pose, she don't get in the, you understand what I'm saying? Like, she just jumps in front of the camera, ruins the picture. Dudes is like, I'm like, y'all know shorty? I'm like, I step aside. I'm like, I'm gonna just wait, like, figure this out. Whoever's, if y'all know her, then, it's all good. We tried to take the picture again. She interrupted the picture again. We tried to take the picture again. She interrupted the picture again. I say to the French homies, I'm like, now everybody's black. Like, this is black, the black Frenchman. The woman was a black woman. Everybody's black, right? But they Frenchmen. It is what it is. I'm not sure where Shorty's from. But anyway, I say to them niggas, to the French dudes, I'm like, yo, when y'all work it out, I'm right over here. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not leaving this VIP. The VIP is popping. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not leaving this area. Whenever y'all figure this out, I'm going to be right over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm smoking. Their weed game is popping in Switzerland. I'm enjoying myself. Some time goes by. They attempt to bust this move again. We like, Rockness, you ready? All right, let's go. Get up in the picture and shit. Shorty does the same thing over and over. And as I cut to the chase, hold on a second. Hat was bothering me. So, as I cut to the chase, they try to take a picture, and Shorty puts her finger all the way in the camera and on my nose. It was a math Hoffa moment, actually. Shorty put her finger all the way into the camera, all the way in my face. None of these niggas, like, I'm not sure whether these niggas, well, I done asked these niggas, do they know Shorty already? I'm sure at this point, right? But when she does this, she puts her finger, touches the bridge of my nose. I grab her, my wax on, wax off, grabbed her hand, with one motion, swung it down, and now I'm twisting her wrist, and I quickly let go. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, what the are you doing? And she starts talking. See, this chick clearly was a descendant of Brownsville DNA. Because this chick, she was like, as I stated before, she was the baddest chick in this club. She was the prettiest chick in the club, but she was a fucking menace, B. She starts barking at me, talking crazy. I'm like, whoa. I look at the Frenchman. I'm like, yo, is this your girl? He like, no. I asked the next one. This should, and but they English is terrible, right? They point out some other dude aside from the fray. He's a white dude, right? It's like she's with him. I go right up to this nigga. I'm like, yo, is this your girlfriend? He goes, no, she's my sister. I mean, don't look like a sister or whatever, but I'm like, yo, get her away from me. She's being problematic. I don't think those was my words. I'm like, get her away from me. And whatever else I said, he clearly has no control over this Brownsville chick. You understand what I'm saying? It's just this Brownsville chick in Switzerland. He has no control over Shorty. So he's like, and without saying those words, he just has, you know, the goofy face. Like, I'm like, all right, I see where this is going. I turn to the Frenchman. I'm like, yo, I don't know what y'all gonna do, but I'm going over here. Shorty is not even letting that happen. Shorty is following me over there with her Brownsville bullshit. I'm like, yo. Now, at some point, right, it gets a little hazy for me, right? But security enter the fray. You know, they in the mix of this whole situation, and it's like, this ain't the spot where I performed at, right? At the spot where I performed, we the talent. You know, it's security's job is to protect and make sure we all right. Look at y'all do the electric sliding. I ain't gotta be like that. I ain't gotta be like that. You know what I'm saying? Secure at the spot we perform, you know, they are obligated to protect Helter Skelter. At this spot, I'm not sure that's the case. So I'm like, you know, I'm watching, you know, I'm taking that into consideration. So I'm really trying to let these dudes handle the situation, but it's at this point it's just a big ball of confusion. And security over there, I'm trying to play this careful. I need these niggas to translate to the security guard what's actually happening. Yes, everything is helter skelter. I'm trying to get these dudes to translate. I don't understand how the translation is going, but I know that this could go. This ain't gotta go my way. So I'm just like, yo, I do not want to get locked up in Switzerland, right? So I don't know. At some point, and I might be mixing up the details, but just know all of these things actually happen, right? So in this area, it might have, you know, like the security may have came a little bit later than I stated or whatever. But anyway, it gets to a point where this shit gets overwhelming. You know what I mean? Where it's like the chick is talking her shit. The dudes is trying to talk. I don't know if this, yeah, this was before the security show. It had to be, right? Because anyway, it felt like the walls was closing in on me. And some way or another, I'm not sure how I did it. I don't know how I did it. I'm not sure how to explain how I did it. But in a brief moment of rage, I pushed like, I shoved like 10 people with two hands. I don't know how I did it with just these two hands, but I shoved like 7, 8, 9 people back. Like, cause I swear, it literally, like, I had a moment of claustrophobia. Like, it just got too crazy, and it was just a get the fuck away from me moment. You understand what I'm saying? I just pushed all of them, like, all in the whole crowd. You know, 10, 11, 9 motherfuckers stumble back. Like T-Top in the battle with Mook and Briz and them, when it all started and all of them niggas, it was a moment, like, it was a smaller moment of that. It was just me. I just pushed her and everybody, like, just get away from me. Had that moment, right? So at that moment, that's, like that's a moment of commotion. At that moment of commotion, Ruck, as I stated, was up at the, he was up top with the DJ. This nigga jumps. This nigga jumped in the screen like player two. Player two has entered the game. This nigga just jumped. He like, what happened? Now, I'm already trying not to get myself locked up in Switzerland, right? This nigga is 7:30. You understand what I'm saying? And I know what type of time he on. He jumped out on timing. He like, yo, what happened? I look at this nigga, I'm like, nothing. I'm like, it ain't nothing, because when I pushed everybody kind of calmed the, ain't nobody run up on me. You understand what I'm saying? Ruck is like, yo, what happened? I'm like, nothing. Nigga looked at me like your best friend gonna look at you like when he know you lying. Nigga, what happened? I'm like, okay, not a liar. I'm not gonna lie to my homeboy. I see what type of time he on. And I don't know, whatever the case may be, I said to the nigga, listen, this nigga, pointing to the white boy, better get this bitch, pointing to the girl, the fuck away from me before I hurt somebody. Ruck says, who? This nigga? Smack! Oh. That's how we carried it? I look at the chick, I'm like, get the fuck away from me. She's still talking crazy. I said, you serious? Get the fuck away from me. She's still talking her Brownsville shit, but in the Swiss accent. I looked at Ruck. Ruck smacks the nigga again. Smack! I look back at Shorty. Get the fuck away from me. Sorry, YouTube, but the story is the story, right? And she kind of froze. She's starting to lose her confidence because, she's starting to see where this is going, right? At least as far as I could tell, right? but she ain't. She's kind of just frozen there, like stuttering on her words. I looked at Ruck again. Smacked him again. And that's when I said, you see where this is going, right? Get the Ruck away from me. Smack! So maybe in the midst of all of that, or maybe, because it was, so in the midst of all of that is when security came over. That's when security came over. And I'm trying to rely on the Frenchman to hold me down. Violence done already happened. This can go bad for me and my nigga. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm trying to navigate in the language barrier and the energy and all of this to try to, it's bad. So in the midst of all, they over here, the last smack, as I stated, I got my timeline. I had my timeline a little bit mixed up. The last smack happened while security was present. Like, while all this was happening, like, I threw P a block. Like, I stood in. My bad. I stood in their line of sight so P could smack this nigga again. And it happened, right? But in the midst of all of the fray, the security now, they talking, we trying to get some shit straightened out. This chick, with her beautiful ass, she was so pretty, it was ridiculous. Didn't even make no sense. She kindly, politely tried to, this whole shit happened from a standing position. The push, the P smacks, all of that shit, we standing there, So security, all of this around here, all of this is going on. And this chick literally, as niggas was trying to translate the problem to the security, this chick tried to eased out the picture into a seat, sat down. I said, oh, no, you don't, bitch. And I eased and sat. Like the Frenchmen are talking to the security. They translating this problem. And I know as long as they got my back, you understand what I'm saying? I know whose side they on. I sat right down next to Shorty. And when I sat next, I pulled right up on her. I mean, right next to her. Goodness gracious, I need to cut this. All right, I quit. I'm going to cut it. This is crazy. Trying to get this to connect, but this got this little spot in this spot right. This side right here is just right here. Anyway, I sat right next to her. Slid up on her like stockings. This young lady, this beautiful young lady, side eyes me because I was sitting on her left side. She looks to me and says, listen, I don't want any trouble. No, she said, listen, I don't want no trouble. I said, what? You don't want no trouble. But then I caught myself. I'm like, this is our out. This is our out. Because I could rub her nose in this shit. You understand what I'm saying? Or I can just simply be the bigger man. I could take this out and eliminate the possibility of jail. You understand what I'm saying? So I chose the latter. I'm like, I didn't want no problems with you either. Why was you tripping? All I was trying to do was take a picture with the blah, 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 blah. And would y'all believe somebody who's watching this video right now, probably a female, or maybe maybe a dude, maybe a male, female, whatever. Somebody watching this caught on to this way before I did. Somebody watching this knew what I'm about to tell you way before I got to this point. Shorty tried to bag me. All of what Shorty was doing was to try to get in me trousers. But I'm slow on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Must have been one of those days. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't figure it out. So anyway, that was the story. She tried to get at me. She exchanged numbers with me and all of that. Mind you, this is bad. Like, you know, I don't get coverage over there. I wasn't really calling her. You understand what I'm saying? I thought about it, but you know what I'm saying. But I didn't. So that's a story of when Sean P slapped a man about 6 times in Switzerland. Is that a tongue twister? Sean P slaps a man 6 slaps from Sean P in Switzerland. Anyway, I'm out. But not before. Hold on. Who that? Talon Lanky. Your mother's a man. Yeah. Yeah. Rock on, y'all.